Okay, so please go to times and look for the questions there, right? And then when you're ready, let me know, and I will give you the opportunity to present your answer. So just to make sure that we are talking about the same thing, so tutorial 5, we have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions. So those who have already done it earlier, so if you want, you can share your answers. Just let me know. Okay, the first question is identify reasons or factors that may cause employees to compromise their personal ethics in a corporate environment. You are to provide relevant examples to support your answer. Okay, so there are two parts to this question. The first part is to identify the reasons or factors that can cause employees to compromise their personal ethics in a corporate environment. And then the second part of the question is asking you to provide relevant examples to support your answer. Meng Jingyi, I don't know why it is happening to you because this is already week 6. Meng Jingyi, can you hear me? Can somebody share the meeting link in the chat area, please? I'll send it to him. Please share the meeting link in the chat area. Okay, thank you. Shouldn't be happening to anyone. We're already in week 6. I don't know why some people say cannot attend the meeting. Okay, let's have some answers. It's already 10 minutes, and we have six questions to go through. So whoever is ready, could you let me know? Okay, let me just see. Tan Kok Yang, are you in the meeting, Tan Kok Yang?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can you please switch on your camera?
Can I not? I'm not wearing clothes yet.
Sorry. I just want to see how you look. This is not how you look, right? This image here, the white hair and all that. Can't be you. You're not that old. You really have to get going. Okay, Tan. Okay,
Yes.
now I see you. Then definitely not that Tan on that picture just now. Okay, so are you ready to answer the first question? Do you have any thoughts about it?
Not really.
Do you know what's the first question? Have you seen the first question?
Actually, last week I just answered the 4th question.
It's okay. Can you just make an attempt on the first question, Tan?
Okay, I will try.
Don't worry, I'm here to guide you. Okay, that's why we have tutorial. So I'm supposed to give feedback, right? This is the best way opportunity for you to get a feedback. Do you have the first question, or do you want me to read it out for you?
I'm opening.
Just read out the question. I want to see that we are answering the same question. I can't hear you, lah, Tan. I cannot hear you. Are you putting on mute? Your mic?
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. Okay, man, I read out the question for benefit of the class as well. Okay. Okay, the first question is identify reasons or factors that may cause employees to compromise their personal ethics in a corporate environment. Then you provide some examples to support your answer. Okay, so what are the type of situation that may cause employees to compromise their personal ethics in a corporate environment? Meaning that when they are working, right? When they are working, so they start cutting corners, start doing a lot of unethical things. Okay, so what are the possible reasons that could lead to this type of behavior? So you'll provide examples to support your answer. So imagine you put yourself in this situation. You're working in a company. Okay, so all the while you have been coming to work on time. You know, you don't you do your job, you don't pass the buck. Okay, you don't shortchange your customer, you don't shortchange the client. But lately your behavior has changed. Somebody has observed, oh, Tan nowadays coming late, and he seems to be distracted. He seems to have so many things on his mind. So what seems to be happening? So what could be the reasons? So basically question is asking you, to identify reasons or factors that may cause employees to compromise their personal ethics in a corporate environment, meaning that in the office environment. Would you think of some reasons why this could happen or why this might happen? Like I said, put
Too much
yourself,
reason,
imagine you are in that position. Sorry, too much what?
I think there's like too much reason, you know, like perhaps you may have an
Okay,
accident before the
go through
work.
them. Go, I want to listen. What are the reasons? Tell me now. What are some of the reasons that this could happen?
You mean like you're not paying attention, like not focusing in work, or like did something that is like shouldn't be done, like maybe
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I meant. So why this is happening to that individual? Okay, you can imagine, you put yourself in the shoes of the employee.
yeah.
Why do you think that this is happening? What are some of the possible reasons? I can tell you one straight away. Okay, sometimes we always hear in the media that so and so borrowed money from Along, and then he cannot pay his debts, so he what I call he become like stressed about it, and then in the office he start doing unethical things, you know, of course, to the extent of maybe even stealing money from the petty cash, things like that. So there are many reasons lah. I just want you to think about a few reasons that this, or maybe got personal problem at home with the wife or with whatever, okay, and then that is also affecting his work in office. So this is corporate environment, meaning that what are some of the reasons that could contribute to this type of behavior? I've just given you a few examples. Can you think of, or maybe like having a relationship problem with a girlfriend, and all of these things can affect at work, for sure will affect. At the end of the day, you're a human being, we're not a robot, okay? So all of this will affect and lead to the individual or individuals to resort to unethical behavior. Like example, you have a customer or client coming to you and saying that, okay, you are in charge of this, okay, can you approve this quickly? Yeah, no need to check so much detail, just approve. I give you something extra, like I give you something extra, just give me your account, bank account number, put the money in your account. So many possible scenarios, okay? So basically a lot of problems, either at home, at work, in a relationship, okay, or otherwise maybe he has borrowed a lot of money. Not just he, could be she as well, borrowed a lot of money from these money lenders and so on. So all of this is putting pressure, so leading to the individual to resort to this kind of action. Okay, so I'm not just giving this answer for Tan Kok Yang, I'm giving it for the whole class. Okay, so I'm just helping you to think about how to answer the question. So you can give so many examples. Okay, borrowed money from money lender. Okay, is being harassed at work, he's receiving threatening phone calls or receiving threatening WhatsApp messages saying that if you don't pay by this date, okay, I will throw a paint on your car, I'll slash your tires. You can just think of so many examples. We read about this every day in the media. Okay, somebody having a meal in the restaurant, suddenly the gangsters coming there and disturbing them, saying, oh, you didn't pay, okay, no, I want you to settle now. Then you say, no, I'm now having a meal, my family, they're not bothered, they're not interested, because you have been trying to hide from them. So all these things, there are so many possible scenarios. You can, that's why the question is asking you to give some examples. I think I have already given a few examples, so you can think about that, the rest of you, and then answer along those same lines. Okay, so I think I really got to move on. It's already going to be 10:17 now. Okay, so I will move to the next question. Right. Okay, so thank you. Okay, done. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Okay, now moving to the next question. So anybody got the answer for me? Now to answer this next question, you would have to read the readings in week 5 that I uploaded on Times. So if anybody has already gone through those readings, maybe you will have some ideas on how to answer this question. Any takers? Liu Kuan Jet.
Hello again, sir.
Yeah, wait, 1 minute. I just want to check I'm recording this. Okay, fine. So please unmute. What you call, open your camera. I'm not talking about question 2. Question 2. Okay, Liu. Over to you, Liu Kuan-jet.
Yeah, sure. You open my camera. Hold on. Yeah.
Hello, sir. Can you see me?
Yes, I can see you. I can see you. Probably you just need to go a bit closer to your. Are you using a mobile device or laptop?
It's connected to like a screen, like that.
Okay. All right. So this question, are you able to give some answers for this question?
Uh,
So
may I?
just read out that question so that we are on the same page. Make sure that
Yes.
you're answering what I'm talking about right now.
Okay. So there are two perspectives in the literature regarding the right way to conduct your business, especially when conducting business overseas. One such approach is referred to as ethical absolutism or ethical imperialism, and the second approach is called ethical relativism, i.e., when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Differentiate between these two approaches to conducting business offshore.
So first of all, before you proceed, do you understand the question or not? Because if you don't, then I will make it easier for you, so you know what we are talking about. Do you understand the question?
Uh,
So
Not.
basically, the question is asking you, there are two approaches to conducting business overseas. Okay, offshore means overseas. So let's say that if you're working in a company where you have business overseas, okay, now as you know, every country has got their own unique culture. Culture is not just about dressing, food, and music, things like that. Culture also, work culture is also different. Work culture is different. Okay, so let's say you are now, the company is sending you to Japan or Korea. Okay, so which approach do you think would be appropriate to take? Ethical absolutism means my way or the highway. You understand? You? Have you heard this expression before? My
Yeah.
way or the highway. That is called
Not
ethical
really. Not really.
absolutism. That is called ethical absolutism. Okay, it's my way or the highway. Either you follow what I say or I'm not interested. The other one is ethical relativism. Ethical relativism means that we need to modify our behavior according to where we are posted. So if the culture in that country is to behave like this, so I put the expression there, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. You cannot say, oh, I come from this country, we don't do this thing in my country, and therefore I'm going to adopt that same policy here in this location, in this jurisdiction. So now later you'll be out of business. Why? Because in that country, that's not the way they do things. I'm not sure whether you read my articles in week 5. There are 2 articles which I posted. Okay, looking at this aspect of ethical absolutism versus ethical relativism. Okay, so now what is the question, specific question? I've already explained the two concepts. Okay, so now I want to see the real question. The real question is, okay, differentiate. Which one do you think you would adopt? Would you be going for the first one, meaning that, okay, this is my culture in my home country. Although I'm now being posted in Japan, I'm going to stick to my culture because I think it's the best way of doing business. That is called ethical absolutism. It's only one way of doing business, and this is the way, full stop. I don't want to listen to you about your culture and your. The other one is ethical relativism, meaning that I moderate my behavior, I moderate my approach, I change it to suit the local culture. That's why I said, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. So now put yourself in the shoes of the executive who is being sent offshore, who is being sent abroad on behalf of your company to do business in Japan. Okay, meaning you're being sent by the company. So these are the two approaches. So which do you think you will adopt and why you will adopt that. Why you will adopt that philosophy. Okay, that's basically what I want to know. I think I've already explained the two philosophies to you. Ethical absolutism, meaning this is the way to do business in my country and I intend to stick to it. And the other one is ethical relativism, meaning that I moderate my behavior, I change my behavior to accord or comply with what is happening in this country. Okay, because otherwise I will lose my business. So which approach do you think is that you will adopt?
Okay,
And
hold on,
why?
Yasi. Give me 10 seconds.
Okay, no worries.
Hello, sir. Okay. So, like what you said, from what I got,
Yeah.
ethical absolutism is more like, we go there and we want them to just follow our way. It's not like we don't adapt to their environment. At least that's what I understood. Like what you said, it's my way or no way. If I
Or the
understand.
highway.
My way, yeah, my
My
way.
way or the highway, meaning that either you follow me or you just get lost. I mean, that's the
Yeah.
rude way of saying it. Okay, that's the rude way of saying it. You follow me or you get lost. My way or the highway. So that is ethical absolutism. Okay. I don't
And you
care.
said,
I'm working in Japan. This is the way I want it done. So you want to be in this company, you follow me. That is a
yeah,
very autocratic kind of approach. The other one is ethical relativism, meaning that you adjust your behavior according to your location. So now,
yeah.
again, coming to your answer. Are you still thinking about it or you want another 10 seconds?
No, it's okay. I can think about it along the way. So from this, obviously, it can be seen that most likely ethical relativism is more desirable because you are adapting to the environment, like adapting to the different cultures in the country. Such as a good example is McDonald's, I would say. Like they have their own. They know how to integrate some Malaysian cuisine into some of their menu actually, and in a way that attracts
Give me some specific example.
some specific examples.
You talk about McDonald's incorporating
Yeah,
some Malaysian cuisine, right?
yeah, I
So can you
recall.
give me some examples, specific examples? Because I'm interested to know more as well. I always go to McDonald's, but I didn't know about this.
Yes, I know, I know.
Nasi lemak or what?
Sorry, that's a third party who's helping me apparently. Nasi lemak.
Okay, so
Oh
what
yeah,
did you have in mind when you
yeah.
were talking about
McDonald's serves
Malaysian
nasi
cuisine?
lemak. Yes, sir, sir. Yeah, nasi lemak. That's one of them, I guess.
Okay, all right. Anything else? Kway teow or what, sir? Kway teow.
Not to my knowledge, but if they do, I'd like to try.
Okay, okay, all right. So basically, you are in favor of the relativism, lah, ethical relativism.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, so meaning that moderate your behavior to accommodate the local cultures. Okay, but if you come in with the mindset, okay, let's say you are okay lah. Just to explain to the whole class as well. So Liu is posted. Okay, I think you all know that. I'm sure you all know that McDonald's is an American company. Okay, I forgot which state in the US they are based in, but it's definitely an American company. But I think it's Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken. So you are sent as a manager to head up the Malaysian operations. So you come into the office on the first day, you have a staff meeting, you tell all the staff assembled, okay, I'm coming from Texas. Okay, this is our culture in Texas. This is what we do, this is how we do it business in Texas. So I want you all to follow this way, full stop. Don't give me this jazz about this is our Malaysian culture. Okay, I mean, let's say you're addressing your staff first day at work, staff meeting. Okay, you've just been posted from US. So if you tell the staff, don't give me this jazz about your Malaysian culture because I'm coming from Texas. I'm posted here to be the head, to be the boss here in Malaysia. Okay, so you follow. If you don't want to follow, you can get another job. This is what you call my way or the highway. Ethical absolutism or ethical imperialism. Because they feel that, or you feel putting your person manager, the way we do things in Texas is the best. I don't care if you're operating in Malaysia, but this is the best and I intend to follow it. If you're that type of manager, it may work sometimes. Yeah, maybe you got employees who are really desperate and they cannot find job or whatnot, so they will follow. But if customer, I'm not sure. They may not want to come to you. If you're so what you call fixated in your ideas, I cannot change my way. This is the way we do it in business in US. So I'm going to use the same method in Malaysia. Okay. So basically these are approaches to conducting business. So either you can follow the one way, my way, this is the best way. I don't intend to accommodate local culture and whatnot. The other one is, okay, I'm now in Japan. So this is the culture in Japan. So I have to follow. This is called ethical relativism, also known as when in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay, this is an English saying. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Okay. So Liu Panjet, any questions you have for me to further elaborate?
No, sir. Clear.
Clear? So you're clear, Liu?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right. So let's move on. It's going to be 10:30. I want to move on to the next question. Okay, now we're done question 2. So let's move to question 3. So I'll let you read it and then think about it, and then I will again call someone to give the answer. Okay, I'm not going to spoon feed you by giving my answer all the time. You need to participate. I would prefer you did it voluntarily, but if you don't do it voluntarily, then I got no choice but to call you. I really don't have time to wait. We only got 1 hour. So start thinking about this question 3 now. Anybody after this can volunteer to give your answer? Okay, I really have to keep moving. Okay, so now I would like to call upon Melissa Yao. Are you present, Melissa? Melissa, are you present? Can you hear me, Melissa? Okay, don't think she's around. Okay. Melissa, are you around, Melissa?
Hi sir.
Sorry,
She said
Melissa. Is it
she
Melissa?
went to toilet already.
Okay, anyway, I think really have to keep moving, okay, because it's already 10:40. About Tan Yu Xuan. Did I call you just now? Forgot who I called. Tan Yu Xuan. Are you around, Tan? Tan Yu Xuan. Nicholas? How about you, Nicholas? Nicholas?
Yeah.
Can you open your camera, Nicholas?
Yeah. Can I not open my camera because my hair is a
Your
bit
hair?
messy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doesn't matter lah. It's not a modeling class lah.
No, lah, sir. I prefer not to on. I
Okay,
prefer
okay,
not to
no,
on.
okay. Just answer the question.
Okay. I actually don't quite understand the question when it says about.
That's why we have a
Um,
tutorial. You need to ask.
Yeah. So could you explain like what it means by explain the practice of gift giving?
Okay, you're working overseas, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you already told that in this firm, where you're currently based in overseas, is the local culture that bribery is normal.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal over there, okay? So, but in one day you get a gift, but there's no favors being sought by the donor, meaning that he is giving a gift, he's not expecting anything in return. But your company has a policy that you're not allowed to accept gifts, no matter what. That is your head office policy. Okay, like we are now currently based overseas in another location, but as far as your company policy and guideline is concerned, it says very clearly you are not permitted to accept gifts under any circumstances. Full stop. But then you are now that is your dilemma. What is your dilemma? If you return the gift, you're going to offend the donor.
Yeah.
Because in that country it's normal to give gifts and they don't expect anything in return. So explain this practice of gift giving and rationalize. Rationalize means justify. Okay, justify your decision whether to accept or reject the gift based on the above scenario. So either you can say yes, I will accept the gift, blah 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 blah, or no, I will not accept the gift, blah 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 blah. That's what we mean by rationalize your decision. If you decide to accept, okay, on what grounds you accept, you will give your justification. If you decide to reject, so you have to give your justification. So basically, that's what I want to hear from you.
Okay, so ethically, it wouldn't be right.
Can you speak up a bit, please?
Yeah.
Because you're not talking
Can
to
you
me
hear me?
alone, talking to the rest of the class.
Yeah. Wait. Is it like? Can you hear me clear now?
Okay, go closer to your mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So ethically, it wouldn't be right to accept it because if you accept gifts, then like the donor, I mean like the person who give you would be expecting like some special hospitality. So ethically it wouldn't be right because as a staff of any firm, it's always, I mean like like it's best. I mean, it's the only way is to serve the public interest. So it wouldn't be right to accept gifts. So like as the question asks, so how are you gonna wait yeah yeah. So basically, wait, is the next question that I'm supposed to answer basically like how do I deal with the gift that's been given to me?
What suggestions you have, keeping in mind that this gift giving is normal in that country, it's part and
Mm,
parcel of doing business over there. It's not
mm,
given with any expectation. So this is part of their culture. Whenever you meet a client, you bring some gifts and pass gifts. Okay, it's part of their culture lah, basically. So now you are new in this country, and your head office has a very clear policy and guideline on this, that you're not supposed to accept gifts under any circumstances. Full stop. So now you are in a fix, you're in a quandary, you don't know what to do.
mm.
If I
All
if
right,
I
so
accept, I might be conflicting with my company policy. I have to answer to my head office. If I
mm,
don't accept, I might offend the local party. So what do I do?
okay,
Basically, what you
okay,
are going to
so
do, and you need to explain your justification. That's all.
okay, so with how to deal with the gift, it's definitely not a choice to basically pass the gift around, like to like example, if I'm going to meet with a new client, ethically it wouldn't be right to pass the gift down to other clients just so you can get rid of the gift. So a way that you can get rid of this gift if you don't want to accept it, and since um, yeah, it wouldn't be ethically right to do it because it goes against number one,
Company policy.
ethically wise, it's not right, and number two, it goes against the company policy. So maybe how you can deal with the gift is maybe by donating it away. Um, yeah, I can only think of donating it away because yeah, I can only think of donating it away. So that would be how would I deal with the gift.
All right. So
Yeah.
actually, this is quite common in Malaysia, especially among some of the Chinese community. When there's somebody passing away, and then you want to send a wreath or you want to send some money, the family member will request, okay, we please don't send us any wreath, don't send any money. We'd rather, if you really insist on giving a wreath, you want to make some kind of monetary payment, okay, this is the charity which we are supporting, please donate to them.
Mm.
Okay, this is what's happening commonly in Malaysia, as I said, among the Chinese community. Often I have encountered personally a request from some people, some of my friends, saying that, okay, don't need to send this money or this wreath to our address. Okay, whatever money you spend for that wreath or that thing, okay, you want to send your condolences, you can take that and put it in this account. This is a charity which we are supporting. Okay, so like what you mentioned just now. Okay, so this way I don't offend the gift giver, and also I'm doing maybe part of my CSR kind of activity. So I'm making a donation to a charity of their choosing. They suggest the name.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so this is one way lah. So yeah, that's how you can tackle this issue lah. So meaning
All right.
that you kill two birds with one stone. You don't say outright, no, I don't want the gift. You tell him, okay, I'm sorry, it's not for me to decide. This is my company policy, is very clear. Under no circumstances are we to accept any gifts. But if you really insist, okay, fair enough. So this is the charity which we are supporting for so many years. So these are their account details. So please transfer the money or credit the money to their account. So this way you're not going to offend the client. You keep your client, you keep your business, and it's a kind of win-win scenario. Okay, win-win scenario. So this is what we've been speaking about from day one. We are now in week 6 already. This is what we call yeah, I forgot the ethical. There's no, not public interest. What's the word I was using last time? Ethical. Can somebody help me here? Not public interest or self-interest. It's a win-win kind of scenario. I need to refer to the slides again. Okay, there's a situation where we don't go to one extreme, we don't go to the other extreme. Okay, so meaning that we are taking care of ourselves, And at the same time, we're also not losing the client by offending the client. Okay.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. I'm trying to recall that word. There's a word that we use in ethics, which describes this kind of win-win kind of scenario. Okay. All right. Never mind. We can refer to the previous lecture slides. There's a terminology that I use, which describes a situation where we benefit both parties. We take the middle road. Okay. Okay, now move on to the next one. This is Levi Strauss. I think this is the famous jeans label, and this is in relation to some situation in Bangladesh. Okay, so all of these mini case studies were taken from the papers that I shared in week 5. So if you haven't already gone and read up those readings, please do so. Okay, so this one, okay, again, same thing. Assuming you're the country manager for Bangladesh, how would you tackle this issue? Any volunteers? So I'm already going to be about, don't have much time already. Any volunteers? You only have 1 hour tutorial, okay? I really can't come back to this next week, okay? So either you participate and give your answer for me to give the feedback, otherwise it's just wasting our time here. You see, the some of you just come at the end to take the attendance. Maybe I got to change my attendance and do it at the beginning. Then after that, no more attendance. Because I see some of you just come at the end only. I'm observing all these things. So maybe I start changing from week 7. My attendance taking will be done at the beginning. Okay, so any volunteers for this question? Bangladesh? It's about this famous company, Levi Strauss, making jeans. They say, making their jeans in Bangladesh, and they're employing child labor. Okay, so child labor means that these children are not going to school. So you just don't know what to do if you're going to follow the ILO, International Labour Organization, which is part of the UN, saying that you cannot employ child labor. So forcing suppliers to fire these children would have caused hardship for their families, because these children are the wage earners for their families. So assuming you're the country manager for Bangladesh, how would you tackle this issue? Can I have some answers in the chat area? We only have 10 minutes left. What do you, Shilan Lo? Shilan Lo Kai. Are you in class, Shilan?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Shilan Lo?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
Okay, can you switch on your camera?
Sir, you saw my face last week.
Oh, you're so shy.
You couldn't remember me, ah?
I can't remember, 70 students.
Wait, okay. I'll on my cam then. Okay, sir.
Oh, you are
So,
Shilan. Okay. So are you ready to answer this question, Shilan?
okay. I think that because the gene labels is quite famous, so
famous jeans
the
label, correct.
child labor is still deemed as unethical to the rest of the
Not
world,
unethical.
even
It's
though
actually according to ILO, International Labour Organization guidelines. It's not only unethical; it's illegal. Just giving additional point to you. Under ILO guideline, International Labour Organization is part of the United Nations, so it's illegal, not just unethical. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Continue.
So, but however, I think due to the situation in Bangladesh, if we literally firing all the child labor, we will put them into a worse financial position rather than providing them a better living situation. So I think as a manager, I would communicate with the supplier. So I will make sure that the child labor, I will request for a minimum usage of child labor, and also I will ensure that they are paid a fair wages. And at the same time, I will also conduct a surprise visit to the factory to ensure that the suppliers are complying with the condition. We have talked during the communication with the supplier. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so this is actually a real case study. Okay, if you read the paper that I what you call put up on Times in week 5. Okay, if you read it, okay, I don't know whether you read it or not, but actually what happened was they decided that they don't want to sack these kids because these are the wage earners for their family. What they did was they say, okay, we're going to ensure that you are still studying, get education. So they make sure that this Levi Strauss paid for their fees to attend classes after hours, either at night or on the weekend. Make sure that they are going to school. All the costs for the fees, for the books, for everything, what do you call, paid for by Levi Strauss. So this is how they talk. This is the word that I was looking for just now, which I forgot. Enlightened self-interest. Enlightened self-interest. It's a win-win situation. Okay. So if I adopt the harsh way would be, okay, illegal, so sack them. But as you read the case study, in many cases, these are their breadwinner. Okay. So you go by this approach, you're going to cause more difficulty for their family. So you keep them, pay them a decent wage, don't exploit them, but also make sure they get an education. Meaning Levi Strauss will pay for their extra classes, maybe on the night time or maybe on the weekend. Okay, so maybe it's going to cost more, but the company said no, doesn't matter, these are children, they need to go to school, so it is very important, so make sure that they are going for classes and we will foot the bill. Levi Strauss will foot the bill. Okay, this is how they a suggestion to solve this problem. Okay,
All right.
so it's just some thoughts for you lah. All right, so we've only got about 10 minutes. So the next one is about Saudi Arabia and the last one is about Japan. So whoever has the answer can put it in the chat area. We've only got about 5 minutes. Please put your answer in the chat area. Okay, I've shared the passcode for the attendance in the chat area, 3KCX83, all capital letter. So you might as well do it now before the screen closes. 3KCX83. So maybe next week I will start taking attendance at the beginning of class. Okay, so I don't have to worry about it. So kindly do it before the screen closes. KCX83.
Sir, could you give example for Q5?
So this is in Saudi Arabia, right? So they've got a lot of lot of rules about sex, mix different sexes mingling at work and so on and so forth. So one suggestion would be to conduct it separately. Okay, have a separate session for the separate session
For
for
both genders, lah.
yes, correct.
Okay.
So the question is asking how would you so you're sent by your company to Saudi Arabia as HR manager. How would you conduct workshop on avoidance of sexual harassment in the workplace whilst being mindful of such taboos in the host country? So the suggestion is that to conduct these workshops, this is workshop, right? Yeah, workshops.
Yeah.
Okay, separately. I mean, it's because we are mindful of their local culture and taboos and so on. So one suggestion would be to conduct this training, okay, for the male employees, one session, and separately for the female employees. Okay, so that is one suggestion to overcome this issue of sexual harassment in the workplace. Okay, so just need to elaborate.
Yeah.
So this is what we call enlightened self-interest. We take care of our company's matters. At the same time, we don't offend the host country. If you offend the host country, like in the case of Saudi Arabia, they're a rich country, they might say, okay, we don't need your business, just pack up and leave. It's quite likely they might just say that. Okay, if you insist on having your culture bring here, we don't want it, just pack up and go. Quite likely can happen. Okay, so we want to do the business in Saudi Arabia. Okay, this is how we're going to overcome this issue. Sometimes we need to use a bit of common sense. Okay, this is what we call in this country, this is their practice, this is their taboo. So don't go and offend them. So how can we overcome this issue? We conduct separate workshops, okay, for the different genders. One for the male staff, another for the female staff. Okay, so we are going to come to the end already. So I think I'm going to end shortly because I have a lecture after this.